10th matriculation or a secondary exam. Student taking the grade 10 examination usually take 6 subjects: English, mathematics, social studies, science, or one languages, and the one optional subjects depending on the availabilities of teachers. As to different schools, elective or optional subjects often includes computer application, economics, physical education, commerce, enrollment in science. 12th exam. Students taking the grade 12 examination usually take 4 or 5 subjects, with the English or local languages being compulsory. Students are enrolling in most secondary schools after grade 10 to make this choice of the choosing a core stream in addition to the English or the local languages: science, mathematics, biology, chemistry, and physics, commerce, accounting, business studies, and the economics and humanities are any three of the historical, political, science, sociological, psychological, geography. Depending on school, students study mathematics up to single variable calculus in grade 12. Types of school. Government schools. The majority of the students study in the government schools, were poor and vulnerable students study for free until the age of 14, and education minister data 65.2% of the all school students in 220 states go to government schools. These include schools run by the state and local government as well as the central government. Example of the large center government run schools system are Kendriya Vidyalaya in the urban areas, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya for the gifted students, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya for girls belonging to the vulnerable SC, ST, OBC classes. Indian Army public schools run by the Indian Army for the children of soldiers. Kendriya Vidyalaya project was started for the employees of the central government of India who are deployed throughout the country. The government started with the Kendriya Vidyalaya project in 1965 to provide uniform education in institutions following the same syllabus at the same pace regardless of the location to which the employee family has been transferred. Government aided private schools. These are usually certificatable trusted run schools that receive partially funding from the government's largest system of the aided school is run by the DAV College Managing Committee. Private school unaided. The Doon School. According to the current estimate, 29% of the Indian children are privately educated, with the more than 50% children enrolling in a private schools in urban areas. The balance has already tailed toward the private schooling in cities, and even in rural areas, nearly 20% of the children in 2004-5 were enrolled in a private school. Most middle class families send their children to private school, which might be in their own city or at distance boarding schools. Private schools have been established since the British rule in India, and St. George School Chennai is the oldest private school in the India. At such schools, the medium of education is often English, but Hindi and the state official language is also taught as a compulsory subject. Pre-schooling education is mostly limited to the organized neighborhood nursery schools with some organized chain. Montessori education is also popular due to the Maria Montessori stay in India during World War II. In 2014, 4 of the top 10 preschools in Chennai were Montessori. Many privately owned and many schools carry the affiliation public, such as the Delhi Public School or Frank Anthony Public Schools. These are modeled after British Public School, which are group of older, expensive and exclusive paying private independent school in England. According to some research, private school often provides superior result at a multiple of the unit cost of the government school. The reason being high aims a better vision. However, others have suggested that private schooling failed to provide education to the poorest families, are selective, being only a fifth of the schools, and have in the past ignored court order for their regulation in their favor. It has been pointed out that the private school cover the entire curriculum and offer extracurricular activities such as the science fairs and general knowledge, sports, music and dramas. The pupil-teacher ratios are much better in private schools, and more teachers in private schools are female. There is some disagreement over which system has better educated teacher. According to the latest DICE survey, the percentage of the untrained teachers is 54.91% is private compared to the 44.88% in government school, and only 2.32% teachers in unaided schools received in survey training compared to 43.44% for government schools. The competition in the school market is intense, yet most schools make profit. However, the number of private schools in India is still low. The share of the private institution is 7%. Even the poorest often go to private school despite the fact that government schools are free. A study found that 65% school children in Hyderabad slums attend the private schools.